Hi guys, sorry the camera's a little bit wobbly. I'm in the office, which doesn't have a proper structure in the building. That must sound wonderful and safe. I'm here today with Nora. I'm going to do a cleaning video, but first I just wanted to let everyone know my sister is safe. She was found a little over 24 hours after being missing, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who wrote those lovely comments in the original video that I've since removed. So now that's over with, let's get into Nora. So she is going to have a few little bits and pieces on her fixed up because of a cat being naughty and jumping into the crib where I keep my dolls. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to give her a gentle wipe down. I have a full bowl of water, which is here, and it has like literally one drop of dish soap in it. And keep in mind that Nora is painted with oil paints, and when I fix her up I'm actually going to be using air dry paints. The paints I'm going to be using to fix her up are called Atelier Interactive, and I have tried using them on a kit so far, and I wasn't entirely blown over. Like, the paints themselves are great quality, but for reborning I wasn't entirely blown over with how they were applying, which is a little frustrating, but those paints can always be used elsewhere. And it doesn't mean that I'm not going to use them all together. It just means that for the most part I'll be relying on Miracle Blend. And I also just wanted to say I finally got the kit. In this bag here is the kit that I got. I'll probably blur that out. My address, that is, for my custom order. So Paula, this is for you. I'm going to be cleaning her with alcohol and then dish soap, then alcohol, and then probably dish soap again, just to be extra sure that the paint is going to adhere. But for now, I'm going to do a dusting video and a cleaning video so that I can better prepare the surface and actually assess how much damage was done by my cats. So I'm going to flip her around so the head is over here, and hopefully you have a bit of a better view. So here she is. She's a little dusty because I really haven't touched her since taking her out. Now, you don't want a soaping wet one, you just want it to be very, very damp, and I'm using a microfiber cloth. You don't want to use anything that's gonna scrub. Now I'm swapping over to the toothbrush now. This is a very soft toothbrush, and I'm doing that because you don't want to wet any dust that's stuck in crevices, especially deep eye crevices like this, because it will essentially turn into like a muddy sort of texture, and it just makes it extra hard once it re-dries to actually properly clean it out. So always try and use a brush. I would even suggest investing in a very soft paintbrush, because I mean, while these are soft toothbrushes, you're not going to get softer than a really good quality paintbrush. And you know, you can get nice soft good quality paintbrushes from your dollar store. It doesn't have to be a $15 or $50 paintbrush. It could be something nice and cheap that simply does the job. Now, I'm not going to be doing Nora's hair or anything in this video. I'm simply dusting and wiping her over to properly assess the damage and see what needs to be done. And so far I think that a few little freckles on her head, I don't know how well it's going to show up. Here, 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 and here. They're all very small, very superficial. I think that'll be fine for those. And then her little arms, I'm I'm not entirely sure. I think this little cut here, I'll probably just redden a little and make it look like a scratch. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet. Sorry if I keep putting my head in the way, I'm just trying to get as close a look as I can. So just make sure as well that when you are doing it, just be as gentle as you can. And the reason I didn't put a video up sooner, both about anything, but in particular my sister, is because we've been in the middle of a really big heat wave again. It was between, some places said the highest yesterday was 52, others said it was around 46. I just know for certain that as far as I could tell it was around 46 for sure where we are, and it was around 35 to 40 inside, because our building's not very good, and we only have one portable air conditioner for the whole house, so it's not that great. I'm very tempted at times to actually put up plasterboard myself, because it just gets so awful. And what I'm doing is, so I don't leave any streaks or anything, I'm using one corner wet and the other corner's dry, so I can dry as I'm going along. You probably notice I'm not at the craft table today, I'm in the office. It's very hot in here, but I've got a Dyson right next to my head and I'm just getting a bit bored, like we're in the, God, it's dehydrated so much, it's got dry, I couldn't find the wet corner. It was just very boring yesterday, and because we were just sat in the living room all day, I actually found my body was very sore by the end of the day as well. I was very sick, I got very sick sort of in the middle of the day, and I was very dehydrated before and after that, and I've lost the wet corner again. Is this the wet corner? I think so. And so trying to keep myself feeling good was difficult, so it wasn't really a surprise that I was so sore, but I didn't really particularly want to do that again today. Another good thing is if you have animals and you're not sure if they've damaged your doll or not, is it's always a good idea to give it a clean, because there are some spots on her face that ended up just being dust, and I wouldn't have realised that without having just cleaned her now. And just now I saw a bit of white on her toe and I was like, oh no, is that part of the vinyl? Because the vinyl for Bountiful Baby dolls, as far as I've experienced, is really pale, like almost white. Which is good because you can actually see the difference you're making when you're painting, but it can prove a little cat fur. It can prove a little jarring, I guess, especially because with some kits I find they're already flesh toned, you know, like a fair flesh toned, I should say. And you don't need to have necessarily, unless you want a paler baby or darker baby, to do any sort of Caucasian skin tones on them. And that can be really useful. I mean, you don't use as much paint, it doesn't take as much time. But I find with the paler babies, it takes a lot to build up that skin tone. Even with air dry paints, and you know, air dry paints can work really fast for some artists. Like for me, I find I can get a doll done reasonably quickly with air dry paints. But it does take a lot more to build up an actual skin tone base than if you are just using a peach coloured vinyl already, or even like a, oh, I can't remember the tone, kind of like this tone on this blanket. You know, if a baby's already that colour, it makes it very easy just to add some highlighted areas and blushing areas, and you know, Bob's your uncle. So I think I'm almost done. I just want to do this little arm here. So I'm going to be turning her back around again. Oh no, I think I didn't do the lower half of her face. So let me just, the lower half of her face, and I'm going to turn her around. And her hair is very fluffy, guys, so it's probably not looking the best. I think I did say earlier in the video, I'm not going to be doing the hair or anything like that. I'm not going to be doing anything to her until she's painted. And you know what, I could probably just do some like, the severity isn't that bad. I could literally just do a dot of paint and seal it today, and she could be ready this afternoon or tomorrow to actually have her hair done and be dressed, and have a video done for her, because she has needed a changing video for a very long time. She has been in this cat fur covered onesie for a while now. So yeah, getting her done will be good. And don't be afraid to take your time. Like if you're finding when you're cleaning your dolls that it's taking you longer, for example, than I'm doing right now, that's okay. That's fine. If you find you need to go over a spot more than once, just be really gentle. And if you've got a doll painted with air dry paints, always do a spot check with what you're cleaning her with. Somewhere where you don't feel like it would really upset you if paint came off. I personally, in my care sheets, suggest not to use any sort of soaps and not to rub the way I am. I suggest just to blot like this. So, you know, use a relatively damp cloth, blot like this, and then gently dry it, you know, and see how you go like that. Just because air dry paint, even though I've been using it for like a year and a half now, it's still new to me, and I would hate to think that, you know, something I've suggested to do to keep a doll in good condition has ended up damaging it. And you know what, she's actually looking a lot nicer after a little wipe down, you know, even with her little dots of scratches, she's looking much nicer. Okay, so let's turn her around so I can get this arm. And she's still relatively in view, so I might be in the way of you most of the time, guys. So I do apologise. Just going to redampen the cloth. Now I put on Instagram actually, but didn't get much of a response. Would anyone like a painting video? Obviously it won't be of my current custom, because the kit is a secret to the owner, the mummy. She does not want to know until she gets the baby in her arms, and I'm going to be respecting that as much as I can. I think I've mentioned in previous videos I may show some limbs, maybe the back of the head while I'm rooting, because I am rooting this one. It's going to be a combi hair with rooted and painted hair. So I'm going to do some fair painting sort of around the edges and sort of probably on the crown, just to give me a base on the shape I should root in. This will be my first full rooted head, but the mummy wanted thick hair, and I thought, well, I have some hair sitting around, so this mummy is getting rooted hair for the price of thickly painted hair. Figured that was fair enough, especially for my first rooting job. And I think it's going to turn out pretty well. I think the hair I have on hand is from Susan Nagel. It's like a wavy blonde. And the mummy knows the hair colour. She chose the hair colour. So saying that isn't going to break my promise to keep things a secret. So she's looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to doing it. I've heard that, you know, rooting can get really tedious and it can be a pain on your wrists and stuff. But I think I should be okay. I just, you know, I'll take it slow, take breaks if I really need to, and make sure just not to put heaps of pressure on myself. I think that's the best thing to do. What do you guys think? But yeah, I've stripped Julian, the one that I did the Atelier paints on. I've stripped him, and he's, well, almost stripped him. So the paints are really good quality, and so are the mediums. The binding medium I used is really strong, really strong, and so it's been really difficult to actually get off. So I've been stripping him in parts. I've been taking breaks for stripping this kit because it's been so tedious and so difficult, and so I'm going to be repainting that kit and repainting Evangeline. And can I just get people's opinions? So I have Evangeline. Some people may have seen my videos or pictures I've done with her and her certificate, so you know she's genuine. She's not a knockoff kit or anything like that. But I have lost her certificate. Tell me your guys' opinion. Would you buy a doll if she didn't have a certificate, but that you had proof of her authenticity? Would that bother you? Let me know what you think below. So like I could, for example, I can provide pictures showing that the kit is mine, and I have pictures showing the certificate with the number and that on it, and that kind of thing. I could even go as far to show the buyer my PayPal receipt if that helped. But yeah, let me know. Would you still buy a doll without the certificate? I know some people do, because a lot of first time buyers, they like to keep like a scrapbook of the dolls they've had, so they keep all the certificates themselves. I know some people do that. So it's not, I know it's not unheard of not to get a doll with its COA, but let me know what you think below. And let me know if you'd like to see a painting video of Julian or Evangeline. As well as I was thinking of doing a giveaway. So I'm gonna do a video alone on that, but I just thought I'd let you know and see if anyone's interested. If you are interested in joining a giveaway, you know, let me know if you would be interested down below. If there's enough interest, I'll probably end up doing it for March, in March, and I'll probably get the video up before the end of February to have people enter. Let me know what you think, and let me know what kind of things you would want in a giveaway. So obviously I won't be doing like furniture or rockers or anything like that, just because the ridiculous expense, and I don't have that. Maybe one day I will, you never know, that could be an option in the future. So I guess I will know who has listened to the very end of this, because hopefully you'll have commented down below. Thank you so much guys for watching and seeing Nora get prettied up again. I will see you guys later.